the scarf. It's kind of a little chilly, and it's wide out in the open. Kind of felt like it's a Quidditch game instead of a Mets game.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dora.
And we're Mr. and Mrs. K.
We're a couple from New York that started this channel in 2021 to share our travel, food, and experiences.
Follow us as we find new, interesting, and exciting things along the way. Boop, boop. Hey friends, welcome back. Today, as you can see, we're here at our home ballpark, Citi Field, and we just wanted to give you this tour of this amazing ballpark. We're here usually a handful of times throughout the season, so it's basically become a second home for us. And we're just excited to show you what's inside and just bring you along. Hopefully this helps you out in planning your next trip to Citi Field. Let's get going. Citi Field is a Major League Baseball ballpark located in Flushing, Queens, and it serves as the home for the New York Mets. Citi Field is open and the first game was played on April 13, 2009. Citi Field replaced the old Shea Stadium, which was constructed adjacent to the old ballpark. The first thing you'll notice is the brick base, which pays homage to Brooklyn's Ebbets Field, but on a much larger scale. And I feel like this design is all it does. It reminisces on the Brooklyn Dodgers of the past, and the New York Mets are kind of like an afterthought. Don't get me wrong, it's beautifully designed and a much nicer ballpark compared to the once Shea Stadium. Wish they added the neon players like in Shea. And it does a great job at merging classic and contemporary elements. I just think of the Brooklyn Dodgers and not entirely the New York Mets. Also, it's not really part of the city. And if you've seen our previous videos on other ballparks, we love ballparks that are in the city. It feels like it's part of the community and the area that it's in. And since it's not really part of the city, there isn't really much to do in the media area. This is one of the biggest gripes of Citi Field. After visiting parks like Wrigley, Fenway, and even Yankee Stadium, what's awesome is that they feel like they're part of the community. But a lot of that may be changing. Steve Cohen announced recently that he wants to have this area be a center for entertainment with like a casino, live music venue, bars, restaurants, playground, and just so much more, which is really exciting and I can't wait. But for now, this is what we have. As you walk around the stadium, you'll notice that there are bricks with inscriptions on them. This is the FanWalk. Fans can purchase bricks and have inscriptions made, and they'll be around Citi Field. We tried to get a brick one year, but they're limited and it was tough to get. Hopefully next time. But they also have some fun facts and notable moments in Mets history. It's fun to walk around and see all the different moments. And the We Love NYC sign was just put up recently outside of Citi Field on the right field side. Right outside the stadium, you'll notice the home run apple. This was the original home run apple in Shea Stadium. When a Mets player would hit a home run, the apple would rise out of the hat. It's cool that they kept this and made it like a landmark outside of the stadium. Now they have a bigger home run apple inside the ballpark. A few feet away, there's also the only statue Citi Field has. A statue of our legend, Tom Seaver, aka the franchise. Hopefully we'll add a few more statues. I can think of a couple that deserve their own statues. Speaking of Shea Stadium, there are some remnants of the old ballpark. In parking lot B, you can find the home plate, first, second, third base, and the pitcher's mound, where the previous Shea Stadium used to be. If you get there early enough before cars start to fill the parking lot, you'll be able to run the bases. There are a few ways you can get to Citi Field. Parking is abundant here. It's not free though, there is a fee, which at the time of this recording is about $40 during the regular season. There really isn't any street parking available in the area, but there is Skyview Mall in Flushing, which is about a 10-minute walk towards Flushing. The price is much better too. Taking the train is highly recommended and probably the easiest way to get to Citi Field. The infamous 7 line will be the only subway line that takes you to Willets Point. There's also the Lure, which takes you there too, but it's slightly pricier. Taking the bus to Citi Field is always an option as well, though I've honestly never taken it. The Citi Bike is new this year, which is amazing. Not sure why it took them so long to get Citi Bikes here at Citi Field. Also, I don't think I saw any more Citi Bike stations, so this row may be it. Hopefully they add more, but either way, it's still a great option. As you enter, you're greeted by the Jackie Robinson Rotunda, which honors his life and accomplishments. As you look up, you'll see massive images of Jackie Robinson and Robinson's values. The upper ring also has one of his famous quotes: "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." You could tell that the Wilpons really admired Jackie Robinson and the Brooklyn Dodgers. Be sure to check out the Giant 42 in the Rotunda as well. This pays homage to Jackie Robinson. This is something I'm a little disappointed in. Previously, they had a Hall of Fame right next to the team shop. This was a great place to see all the Mets greats along with the history of the team and franchise. It was in this grand room where you felt like you walked among some of the greats. But in 2024, one of the things they did was expand the team shop, which took over the Mets Hall of Fame. Honestly, I think the new team shop is nice, much bigger, but I do miss the Hall of Fame. Now the plaques can be found as you go up the escalators and along the pillars. Honestly, if you don't pay attention, it's pretty easy to miss and pass. The other artifacts that used to be in the Hall of Fame can now be found at the Mets Museum, which is kind of hidden in the back by the Citi Field Fan Fest on the field level. You know when you're cleaning your room and you just shove the remaining bit of stuff in the corner of your closet? This is kind of what it feels like the Mets have done. They put this museum back in this small room and it feels like it's an afterthought. The museum itself was cool because it was the stuff from the original Hall of Fame and museum, and I highly recommend everyone to visit and check it out when they visit Citi Field. But it just seems like it's a complete downgrade from the original. I honestly hope they bring back the actual Hall of Fame and museum. Yeah, they really did like the museum dirty.
Dude, like, you don't even notice it.
You don't see it. Like, if
you put it in like, the corner, like a dark corner of the actual stadium.
Like, you can't see that.
Come on, man. We can do better than that. Like,
yeah, so this is basically the museum that they... I mean, like, the room is like... It's like a small room.
Smaller, yeah. Well, I guess in theory there wasn't like that much.
There wasn't, no, but then you know what it is? It's like it wasn't this grand room before.
Right,
and
no,
like,
yeah. It looked cool.
Yeah. The newly renovated team shop is actually pretty cool. Despite it taking over the Hall of Fame and museum, I do think they did a great job with the renovations. Definitely gave it a nice refresh. Not that I think they necessarily needed one, but here we are. I really like the Mets signage as you enter. You see the Mets spelled out, and as you walk around to the left, it turns into the New York logo. Something I love about the field level concourse and basically Citi Field is that no matter where you stand, you'll get a great view. Which means you can grab food and watch the game from anywhere and not worry about missing the game. Or if you have cheaper seats and don't mind standing, being around the field level concourse is always a great option. The area behind center field on the field level concourse is a big open space. This is where you can grab some great food, and there's a ton of tables to stand and eat, and a huge video board where you can watch the game from. An area that's worth checking out would be the CocaCola Corner. This corner can be found in right field, and it's another great space to grab food and enjoy the game. You get some great views here as well. Something unique to Citi Field and the Mets would be the home run apple, just like the one I mentioned before outside. This one is much bigger. The apple only comes out when someone from the Mets hits a home run, so be on the lookout for the rise of the apple. It's definitely a nice and fun tradition. Another unique feature of Citi Field is the Shea Bridge. This bridge pays homage to the iconic Shea Stadium and William Shea, who essentially brought the National League Baseball to New York City. Walking in that area is a must. While watching a game, make sure you look up into the stands. On the left side, you'll see some retired numbers of some Mets greats, and on the right side, you'll see the Mets championship banners. Though not as impressive as the other New York team, I'm still proud of those years and championships that we got. And hopefully we'll add another banner soon. This is where Citi Field shines. I really hope to find a ballpark or stadium that has as many quality food options as Citi Field does. If you're a foodie, this is where you should be. The options here are quite endless. The downside is that every year the lineup could change, so what you see here may not apply to the next season. But there are some staples that have been around since Citi Field opened in 2009. Here are some spots that we've tried and some of our thoughts and recommendations. Empanada Mama can be found throughout New York City. They honestly have some of the best empanadas around, and having this as an option in Citi Field is amazing. We got the mac and cheese empanada, which is innovative but kind of missed the mark. Not exactly our favorite, it was kind of bland, but the buffalo chicken was good. It had a nice kick. So we got Pig Beach, our Pig Beach barbecue. It's a pretty well-known barbecue spot in New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have one in Queens and in Brooklyn.
Oh, I've never had their barbecue before.
Yeah.
The only one that we have had is the hometown, so let's give this one a try. I don't know, where should I start?
Brisket. Oh, that's pulled pork.
Pulled pork, okay. Simple pork. It's pretty good. A little salty, but it's not dry.
I think that's the biggest thing.
This is good. Brisket is kind of excited. Oh, it's like pulls right off.
Whoa, that looks so good.
Oh wow, it's like a little fatty too. Oh, it's very smoky.
It looks really good. Like a smoke
this is really good.
Yeah?
Very smoky. Give it a try, right?
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, I think this is better than hometown now.
Oh, this is so good.
This
it's like juicy.
It's very smoky.
Yeah, and juicy.
I think it's comparable to Texas. Different style, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good brisket.
So definitely prefer The brisket is definitely better than the pulled pork. I think pulled pork is a little salty.
A little bit on the salty side, but
Yeah, but
it has
if
a lot of
you
flavor.
have it with the bread, I think it'll be
really
better.
good, yeah.
And there's like the pickle too. The brisket is
Wow, this is a really good brisket. What, Ballpark? That's really good, right?
it's very good.
Yeah. Highly recommend Pig Beach. Shea Shack really doesn't need an introduction. It's a New York City staple and one I'm sure everyone is familiar with. This Shake Shack has been here since, I believe, the opening of Citi Field and has been going strong since. They got your usual menu options you'd see at any other Shake Shack, but also some specialty offerings exclusive to Citi Field. Something to check out while you're passing by Shake Shack would be the old Shea scoreboard skyline that sits on top of Shake Shack. This was the original skyline that was on the main scoreboard in Shea Stadium. An interesting fact is that following the events of 9/11, the neon has since been removed from the Twin Towers and a ribbon has been placed over it. A super cool aspect you have to check out. Another great local restaurant. Chitty's Cheesesteak can be found around Long Island. The one in Citi Field has a simple menu, a hot dog or a cheesesteak. The Citi Fielder cheesesteak is a solid and simple cheesesteak. A must try for any cheesesteak lovers. Alright, so I got Comfortland's brisket sandwich, and this thing looks crazy. Oh, that smells good. That's pretty solid.
I heard the crunch when you bit into it.
Yeah, they toasted it nicely. The brisket is not as good as like Pig Beach downstairs.
Okay.
But it's still like really smoky.
Yeah.
And it's like good meat, you know, like it's like, yeah, it tastes really good.
Is there any sauce in there, or is it just like cheese and meat?
It's just cheese and meat.
Okay. Well, I guess they butter up the bread like decently, right?
Yeah, I think the problem with this brisket is that it's kind of dry.
Kind of dry?
Yeah, but like you still get a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
But either way, this is really good.
This fried chicken is huge. Like, this is one person's portion.
Yeah, they only had one.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's real
This
big.
fry is very tempting.
The fries look real good.
So long.
Like really seasoned well. It's good.
Good fry.
Oh, that's really good.
Certainly good option.
Yeah. This is a new one too.
Is this spicy sauce?
Yeah. It's chili garlic.
Very crispy.
It looks crispy.
Really good breading, but the chicken is okay. It's not as flavored. Okay, you definitely need sauce.
How's the sauce?
It's not spicy. It's like sweet.
That's how I go with the Korean fried chicken poutine fries.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that great. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, who knows? You know, looks can be deceiving.
That's very true. I just
yeah.
expected more.
I definitely expected more.
How much was this?
So this was like $14, and they didn't even fill up the whole like basket, which is like that's kind of like a red flag if you ask me.
That's funny.
Yeah, you know, if it tastes good, you know, we'll see. So
That's true.
Let's get into it, all right? All right, this is like really mid. Like that chicken's not crispy at all. Like I just took a whole bite of just like dry chicken. Like,
What about the fries?
not crispy, very soggy. Nah, I wouldn't recommend it. So
Metropolitan fries for the fry lovers. To be perfectly honest, I thought their fries were just okay and on the pricier side. But the one thing I would recommend would be the Rainbow Cookie Egg Roll. This is new for 2024, and check out our thoughts here. This thing was $9. That's crazy for an egg roll. I wonder if it's good though.
yeah,
It looks real good. Alright, let me try it. Oh no, that's actually mad good.
Yeah?
It's like sweet and kind of savory.
savory because of that. I figured if it's gonna be like deep fried, like an egg roll, it'll have to be kind of like savory.
Yeah. This rainbow cookie is super soft inside. Oh, it's so like decadent too. Yo, this is good. You guys gotta try this.
So I got the birria tacos from next Tamal, yeah. $20, so definitely very pricey for tacos. But honestly, it looks pretty good. Like I'm pretty excited about it.
It does look bang.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Very soggy.
Very soggy.
Alright. Because it's a ballpark, I'm okay with it. You know, this is one of the better things I would say you can get at the stadium if you're willing to spend that much money.
True.
Yeah, true. But, yeah, but I like a good birria taco.
There's so many others that we have yet to try, such as Prince Street Pizza, Tea and Milk, Keith's Grill, and so much more. Along with the infinite amount of local food options, you can always get the usual ballpark favorites like hot dogs, chicken tenders, burgers, and others, which I believe are great options as well. Clearly there's quite a selection of food at Citi Field, and it's no wonder why it was ranked #1 best ballpark food this year. Citi Field has some clubs, and there are certain tickets that give you these club access. I believe if you get a ticket in at least the 400 and possibly some 500 level, you'll have access to the Hudson Whiskey Club. This club has some food options. This year it's Soulbird, but I think the best part of these clubs would be the fact that if it's too cold or too hot, you can always escape and kind of watch the game from here. You get a decent view, not great, but like I said, it's a good place to sit in the warmth of the AC. The next accessible club will be the Mike's Piazza Club. This club is available to, I believe, people in the 400 section and lower as well. The Mike Piazza Club is a much bigger club than the Hudson Whiskey Club, with more seating and more food options. I would say that this seating is a little more comfortable than the Hudson Whiskey Club as well, though you wouldn't be able to watch the actual game from here. There are TV screens around for you to watch. Again, this is a great way to avoid the heat or the cold. The Caesar Sportsbook used to be a sit-down restaurant, but now has transformed into a food hall which I believe all fans have access to. Here you can find Prince Street Pizza, Gyro Jimmy's Greek Grill, and more. This is also a comfortable place to watch the game from. Then there are some real exclusive clubs like the Hyundai Clover Home Plate and Delta Sky 360 Club. These are accessible with some of the more expensive seats, which we haven't had the chance to check out because we're basically the untouchables and can't afford these tickets. If you have, let us know in the comments below what your experience was like in these clubs. Maybe one day we'll have a chance to check them out. Watching a game at Citi Field is always a great experience, and as you can see, there's quite a few things to see and do, and the food selection is top notch. Mets fans are loyal and passionate, making the atmosphere at Citi Field exciting and fun. This is a ballpark you don't want to miss. Thank you for watching till the end. Comment down below your favorite ballpark, or if you've been to Citi Field, what is your favorite aspect of it? I love connecting with you guys and learning more history about the different ballparks and baseball in America. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. We release videos every week. So we'll see you then.
Bye!
Toodaloo, Kakadu.